All my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait, or they go to Georgia State where tuition is handled by some...
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Morgan. I am a graduating senior, soon to be alumna of Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia. I always get a lot of questions about my experience like transferring and graduating early. So on my Instagram I put a little question poll thingy. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, on my story for anyone to ask questions about my experience. So I guess I'll just rewind a little bit and tell you about how I got to college. So when I was a senior in high school, I applied to only 2 colleges. Don't ask me why, I guess I just knew where I wanted to go. I applied to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, and Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. I got into both schools. I ended up choosing Hampton over Spelman because I grew up near Spelman. My brother went to Morehouse at the time, and I was just really familiar with the AUC, so I wanted something different. So I decided to move all the way to Virginia. When I went to Hampton, I visited for honors visitation weekend, and I did other visits, and I just loved it. Nobody could tell me to consider any other options. Like, that's where I was gonna go. Ended up going there. I went to pre-college in the summer, and then I spent my whole, regular freshman year there as well. And things changed, and I ended up transferring schools. I came to Georgia State, so I came back to Atlanta. When I got here, they were like, well, your credits look like you're ahead, so you can graduate early if you want to. And I was like, okay, bet. I'm graduating in 3 years instead of 4 years. And so here I am today. Anyways, so the first question is the $1 million question. I've been asked this question probably over 15,000 times. Why did you leave Hampton University? Personally, that environment just was not for me. I felt like I wasn't going to reach my fullest potential if I stayed there. A lot of the things at the school and the resources just didn't really line up with what I wanted to do. For one, the school is about 3,000 to 4,000 students. Everyone knows everyone. And in reference to that, I went to high school with about 2,500 people. Another thing, Hampton, Virginia is, I don't want to say rural, but it seems rural to me because I'm used to living in like a populated area. So I talked to God about it, and I was like, God, just give me a sign if this is not where I'm supposed to be. And he gave me so many signs, so I listened. But long story short, that school was just not, it just was not hitting for me. I just wasn't the happiest that I could be, but obviously I toughed it out. I stayed the whole year and ended up having a lot of fun, actually. If you are going to Hampton or want to go there, please do not let me deter you. This is just my personal experience. If you go there, it can be great for you. The second question, what is your major and do you plan to go to grad school? My major is psychology, and I do plan to go to grad school. Next question, what is the biggest difference between an HBCU and a PWI? Let me first start by saying that Georgia State University is actually 42% black. Of course, Atlanta has a majority black population as well. It just wasn't like I was going from a school that was majority black to a school that had 2% black people. But anyways, the biggest differences I noticed were the resources. Like when I got here and I saw the library, I was like, what? Everything is just nice. I would just say in comparison, Georgia State is better. I feel like I got a lot more for my money and I was a lot happier. The classroom sizes, I know a lot of people are worried about going to a big university because they feel like the classroom size is going to hinder their experience. I only had maybe 1 or 2 classes with over 100 people, and I still knew the professor. Like, it's just up to you how well you're gonna do in your education. More as I got into my major, my classes started getting really small, like the same people in every class basically. Biggest differences, this is just a misconception about HBCUs, but a lot of people say they don't want to go to them because everyone's black there, and that's not how the real world is. But if you have the chance to be around your people and learn about your culture, do that. Like, take advantage of it, because of course the real world is not like that. We're all not the same. Not every black person is from the same background, and it can feel diverse still. How did you deal with dating and heartbreak in college? Okay, I have like a more serious relationships, I guess you could say, and I also just like dated to find out what I like. And the best advice for dating in college is, one, not everyone is going to find their person in college, like their forever person, and that's fine. Two is that someone is out there looking for someone just like you. So if you try to change yourself to fit this other person that you really think you want, then you're gonna miss the person that genuinely wants you for you. So just stay true to yourself. And dealing with heartbreak, so I had my first heartbreak ever in college, and it just hits different. And if you've been through it, you know in college it can be hard going through different things because you're so distracted and you don't really have time to grieve like broken relationships. So definitely just making time to acknowledge how you feel. You are fine and you are alive and well before this person, so after this you are gonna be good. What did you do for fun in college? At Georgia State, there is so much to do. On-campus parties, there's off-campus parties. We're in Atlanta, so there's clubs, bars, restaurants. Like, Atlanta also has a lot of other schools like Georgia Tech, Emory, Spelman, Morehouse, Clark. I'm probably missing some, but so even if there's nothing to do at Georgia State, there's going to be something to do at a different school, or there's something to do just in Atlanta. So if you're thinking about coming to Georgia State, do not worry about that. You will always have something to do. What is the best thing about Georgia State? The diversity and how open-minded people are. Like, it's just so easy to make friends. Like, I met one of my friends in traffic, and now he's my really good friend. It's just really easygoing. It is literally a college campus right in the middle of downtown Atlanta, which I love because I love this city. What dorms or apartments did you stay in? When I went to Hampton, for pre-college I stayed in Moton Hall. I think that's what it's called. That was like your typical college HBCU real experience with the community bathroom, sharing room. But the girls in there were nasty, okay? People did not clean up, and I'm glad I only had to stay there for the summer. I'm going into my regular freshman year. I stayed in VC Suites, Virginia Cleveland Suites. Shout out all the VC Sweeties. Best dorm. It's a freshman all-girls dorm. We were all really close, so I stayed in a room with just one other roommate. We shared one bathroom. The beds were really nice. It was really spacious. Those were my only experience in a dorm. When I came to Georgia State, I just stayed in different apartments in Atlanta. What are your favorite college memories? Becoming a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and building lifelong bonds. And also, I studied abroad in Africa. That was really great. And of course, homecoming. I come from a family of HBCU alums, so I grew up going to homecoming, and that is just my season, okay? Howard homecoming last year, Olivia, Samir, Jordan, y'all know. That whole different story for a different time. And then just going to different homecomings. And Georgia State homecoming is lit. How are your Georgia State friends and your Hampton friends different? So my friends at Hampton, we still stay in touch and we still travel together and have a good time. They're really like my family. I see them a few times a year, but it's still like whenever we link up, it's just crazy, and it feels like nothing really changed. My friends at Georgia State, I have really meaningful friendships here too. I feel like I grew up a lot more with my friends at Georgia State. How do you stay involved and maintain good grades at the same time? I stay involved by just like committing to what I said I was gonna do. I use Google Calendar. Scheduling is like the biggest thing with making good grades. A lot of times the content of the classes aren't really that hard. Sometimes they are. A lot of times it's just like making time to actually go to class and actually do the work. How have you changed during college? Oh, I have changed a lot. When I first got to college, I thought I knew everything. I thought I had my life planned out. Found out very quickly that I was wrong. Like, I used to be the biggest boo-boo crybaby ever. This is when I was freshman year. I used to call my mom freshman year and be like, please come pick me up. Like, can I come home? But I definitely have grown. I'm wiser. I'm more self-aware. I'm a whole different person. I feel like different but the same. Just an upgraded version of me. And I'm really grateful for this whole experience and, you know, getting through challenges that made me who I am today. So shout out to the whole class of 2020. I know this is not how we expected to graduate, but I will get my graduation. They said we're gonna get to walk, so whenever we can. Thank you for watching my video. If I didn't answer Any questions that you have, please comment below. You can DM me on Instagram. Please do not hesitate to ask me any questions. I will be happy to answer. And thank you for watching my very first YouTube video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up or comment or tell me what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.